speaker is unmute for you, Abidaro. If you can, introduce yourself. Yeah, there is a limited light in your area. That's not a problem. It's okay. I can understand. We all can understand you're working from home. Okay.
Yeah, yes, fine.
So I'll be putting your, screen on bigger mode so that everybody can see you. Well,
Okay.
so we know each other since a long time, and for a fact that he has been doing a lot of community work, a lot of disruption, helping a lot of entrepreneurs to grow their business, mainly into Abuja area as well as few of the parts of Asia and Africa. So our speaker actually traveled approximately more than most probably 30% of the world till date. Worked with multiple companies, which includes Google as well, and he represents Google Business Group in Abuja, as well as conducts various opportunities for startups, entrepreneurs, small tier business, and is pretty open to give an opportunity for Indian startups and Indian SMEs to enter into the local market, as well as expand their business over there, handhold and take things forward. So over to you. I'll be putting my phone in mute mode, and again I'm asking everyone to put their phone in mute mode. Whatever questions you have, you can use the chat box. I can ask the question to the speaker later on, and if you wish to speak, please raise your hand, and I'll be putting your phone in or your device in unmute mode so that we can speak. Over to you, my friend.
Okay. Yes. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you are audible. I think everybody can hear
Okay,
you.
I'm audible. Okay, good. Yeah. So nice to meet everyone. Thank you, Arijit. Thank you for this great opportunity. It's a really great one. I've been to New Delhi anyway, but years ago, so I'm actually familiar with Indians, and I like the energy of Arijit. I'm always looking like someday I'll be like you. So once again, I know almost everybody too. I don't know how the COVID-19 or the coronavirus is in India, but I hope we're all safe, and so on. And I hope we will all be over this in some couple of weeks thereabout. So just like how Arijit introduced, I'm a community lead too, just like him, energetic. I do a lot of things. I'm a techie. I program, I do stuff, and it's a great thing to at least be with India. I know, of course, Indians are like at the up out the ladder, from Sundar Pichai to Satya Nadella, Microsoft, Google. It shows that we have to follow lead suit. So looking at Abuja, looking at Nigeria, we have some Indians here. The ecosystem here is good, is great. Abuja is the capital, but Lagos is where you have the most populated areas. Nigeria is an emerging market, and also it has energy-driven people. The internet penetration rate here is about 61, 62%, and of course you have a majority of the population are youths within the ages of, let's say, 25 to, let's say, 45, 50, So looking in terms of, let's say, opportunities for India, I don't know, since there's going to be like an opportunity to ask questions later, you can at least ask me. But I know Indians to be very, very good in technology and also medicine, more like the coronavirus thing. I think even the chloroquine thing that Donald Trump and the world is screaming right now is being produced in India, So I can talk in light of those two opportunities. So there are like great opportunities here when it comes to startups in terms of things that can help people to maybe become more efficient at what they do, basically. I'll give an example, and that might give us an opportunity to wrap around our head, So like some couple of weeks, we had this alt price competition, students, startups they come on pitch, it's something that's global, and we have great ideas so much. Like one of the ventilators that is being used like prototype right now is coming up from some energetic youths, they are that innovative. And also we have people that are trying to use things like refuse, to just create something out of it, like use it to create coal, at the same time bricks for building houses, because Nigeria in a way has some similarities with India on some regions. You have the modern city, you also have the areas that are a little bit like slums, basically that's just how it is. So the opportunities are relative. So in places like maybe there's some places in Nigeria also, or that they are not like electricity also, that you have to innovate and see how can people preserve food there. Just like what is it Godrej did in some part of India, and so on. So it's an open market. It's just one's ability to see opportunities. In terms of like the fintech ecosystem, it's so solid. MasterCard, Visa card. We have some great companies here, like Paystack, that makes things smooth. So I know that would not be really so much of a challenge. Maybe another thing might be, maybe when you talk about repatriation of funds, if there are no conflicting issues when it comes to government policy, like the central bank, but I think besides any of those conflicting issues, it's a great place, great for people that have foresight and hindsight. You can see how you can create opportunities out of the old chaotic and wranglings, and how you can improve people's life, which is more important, at the same time, also be happy. So, Arijit, I think that's like a good intro. So I'll give you an opportunity
I
to.
have a very basic,
Yeah.
I have a very basic question. Really sorry. I mean, talking about the opportunity, if you can go sector-wise, it will be easier for all of us, honestly speaking.
Okay, sector.
Yeah. Say for an example, you can go for technology sector-wise. You can go telecommunication. You can go for food. You can go for maybe the FMCG market. Step by step, it will be easier for all of us. And please, I
Okay.
know that you can finish it within 10 to 15 minutes so that we have more question and answer, because the audience is mainly the business people who are more keen to
Right.
understand the hand-holding process. Yeah. Over to you.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, give me the first sector you want me to talk about. Yeah.
Over to you. I mean, just, you choose it. Maybe
Okay.
technology would be best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For like the tech ecosystem here, right? So you have people that develop softwares, that build applications, and the overall objective of any tech ecosystem is to, one, solve problem, make processes more effective and efficient, right? So those are like the basic things. So in terms of like the opportunities, it's really vibrant. What I mean is, you can look at the internet penetration rate. We have companies like maybe MTN in terms of maybe provision of internet facilities. Then in terms of like the technology know-how, we also have good people here that can support, basically. So, and at the same time, if you're looking at how maybe the users, how people are using technology to solve their problems, basically, you can have, there are a greater number of people that have mobile phones here. They are on Android, some are using iOS. From the internet penetration rates, you can really tell. And from well, I'm not talking about the banking sector, but more of the people here, if you look at the internet penetration rate, they do more mobile banking, right? Either they use short code systems. One of the major banks like that does that is like the GT Bank 737 and other top banks too. And also the people use like PC and the rest, but because it's a developing country, it's an emerging market, right? So I can just summarize that the tech ecosystem is good and open, but I'll prefer questions. So questions really trigger me to ask to answer more appropriately. Yeah. So that's like
how about the digital marketing scenario over there? Like, what are the opportunities? How many percentage of your companies do use the website, and they do have their maybe designing team as well as optimization team? Is there any possibility where Indians can play a vital role? They can have a tie-up. They can do something which is a common work together. Maybe that would be optimal. And over to you
okay.
guys. If you wish, I can unmute every one of you, but I'll expect that everyone will actually, make things proper so that, one by one you can ask question. I think interactive session will be good. I'll be unmuting everybody now. Is it fine?
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's good.
All of you are
Yeah.
unmuted now.
Okay. So like for digital marketing specifically.
Hold on. I think one guy got a question. Abhishek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Hello, sir. Basically,
Yes.
my business is manufacturer of LED light and organizing robotic workshop. But my business of LED light are totally stopped. But I will pay a salary for our employee. But in robotics, I have a opportunity because because I create a online platform for robotics for this lockdown. Can any opportunity in LED light?
Okay. Let me try and see if I understood your questions. You were talking about robotics. Maybe Aridis can help me if I'm wrong. So you're talking about robotics and how robotics is how the market
Well,
is
no,
overall.
there is a two
Correct.
different question from him. One is
Okay.
Yes.
they do stock LED bulbs, the bulb that is there in the rooms. They use that and then they resell it. Okay. So he's asking, is there any option he can export LED bulbs to your country, and is there any opportunity he can find some local partner? The second question is,
Oh, interesting.
yeah, and second question is he is actually doing robotics classes. Okay, so
Okay.
can he have an opportunity to work together conducting robotic classes in your city or maybe in your country?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Aridis, thanks.
Okay,
Yeah.
just put
So
your phone in mute mode, please. Yeah,
okay.
please talk.
Basically, if you're looking for local partners, right, for what you do, maybe for the first question, when it comes to like the bulbs and what you install, right? I have not seen the prototype, but this is what I can say. The Nigerian market is emerging and is filled with opportunities. And what I can guarantee you is every product needs to be tested, So once you test market your product in the market, and because what determines if a product will go in the market or not is the forces of the demand and supply. Do you understand that? So I think there are great opportunities for what you do install. I think there are lots of people that are going to be willing to partner with you, to see how you can export, but for that to be successful, I can give like 100% guarantee. I feel it has to be tested in the market, and when the market react to it with the acceptance. But I'm very, very optimistic that it's something that is welcome, in the country and all, and it's something that we're familiar with, basically. Then moving to your second question on robotics,
Yes.
it's not like we have so many robotic things here, that of a friend that works with SAP, right?
Remember when I was
Like in the Nigerian space
Nigeria से
for
कोई
like
है
for over 4 or 5 years,
Can
right?
other people
So
please
and he has
mute?
actually been training
So what we do is log calls either by email or by calls or by WhatsApp. You have it here.
Well, can other people please put their phone in the unmute mode? Then I have to, force to. I don't have any other option to force to, mute everyone else. Really sorry, but this is how the meeting actually gets spoiled every day. So if you can just put
Yeah.
all of your phones mute. When you have a question, unmute it, shoot your question. Easy. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So for the robotics, right? It's an emerging market. There are not like you have things that are. It's like a market that is filled with robots here, like Southeast Asia. And when we're in Singapore, you see so many things there that robots can do, effortlessly. So here it's emerging. But I know of a friend that works with SAP, and he has been working in the system for the last 5 years. So what he does is he goes to schools, right? And he mentors children on things like Code Arena.
Mute.
Angela, your phone is in unmute mode. Angela, may I request you to please keep phone in mute mode?
Yeah. Yeah. So
So for the
okay,
sake of
fine.
time,
But
my friend, I'll be asking you another question. I'm really sorry
it's
to.
okay. That's fine.
I'm actually admitting
Yeah.
everyone, and while doing that, I'm asking you the question. So there is a question
That's
from
fine.
Rajat Goel. Rajat Goel
Okay.
is asking, is there any opportunity to export wires and cables from India? The electronic wires and cables
Yeah.
from India.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are manufactured based out of Himachal Pradesh, which is northern part of India, and they have an
Yeah.
office in Calcutta as well. Is there any opportunity they can export wires and cables from India? Can you put that opportunity on for all of us?
Okay. Yes. Thanks. Good question. Yes. Well, on export of electric cables, I can't say 100% that I'm an expert in this field, but this is what I can say. We have a group. There are some people that are very good in commerce. In Nigeria, and there are actually current players in this industry. But at the same time, there are actually opportunities for all of this. Like, for example, if you notice, the northern part of Nigeria has been experiencing some kind of tsunami kind of war in the last 10 years, right? So all of those things has actually been going down now, and many of the opportunities for development are coming up in the northern part of Nigeria. Do you understand? So it's a good way that they're going to be needing, of course, cables and all of this. And this is strictly, as I said, dependent on the ability of, well, the entrepreneur to see the opportunity to meet the right people. But for you to import it into the country, I think you have access, provided it's something that actually makes things work. Even though I know there are like current players in this industry, and it's not like it's like my domain, but I know there are opportunities. And what I can do is I can still find out and get back to Arijit on some of maybe when it comes to maybe importing cables and the rest. Yes.
So I have couple of other questions. I have another question.
Yeah.
From Vatsal Jain. Is there any opportunity to join? Opportunity to your country or any other country for herbal products like herbal powders, herbal capsules, herbal juices, supplements. So they produce and wholesale of herbal supplements. Vatsal Jain's question.
Okay. Yes, for organic products, right? Like herbal products. I can tell you, well, Nigerians, there are actually good places whereby they actually accept those things. I take organic products, for energy, and they're actually like a huge market for that. People prefer, things that they are sure that don't have like contraceptives, things that they can make them work, and they are sure that maybe they're not going to die faster, stuff like that. So that's actually natural here with people, and they embrace it here, sincerely. So I think there are opportunities for that, and also some of those products. What I think is you shouldn't have any fear. I can always get back to Arijit, but I think if there are sample of those products, we can look for a team to help you test market it, right? So when those products are test marketed, the reaction of the market will determine how far it can go and what needs to be, iterated to make sure that it fits well. So, but I can tell you there are opportunities for organic products in Nigeria. Yeah.
In fact, I know an organic market basically based out of other part of Africa. I can always give him the lead, as well as we can always work out with finding a local partner. That's we can always do. No issues, we can always do that. So I have another question from Mr. Nitish Goel. So is there any opportunity for smart city projects like smart traffic lights? And they have built AI powered traffic lights, and they have already set up in India in 3 different cities. I think that's a very relevant need of the time. I mean, we are going for smart city projects in Africa itself. So how we can do it?
Well, I think if you talk about smart, I think there are very big opportunities. This is like a domain I should be able to talk on very well, right? It's new. For me, I'm a techie, so when I'm saying it's very big, it's something that is welcome here. The kind of street lights we have here currently are the ones that are just maybe powered by, inverters, and they still do their normal stop and start and the rest. But when it comes to smart, it connects with so many of other street lights. It can maybe snap plate numbers of cars as they're driving past, monitor speed. It can do things at a very high level. So for that, I think there are lots of big opportunities. Someone like Arijit, if there are like cases, this is how things work in Africa. Government believe anyone should be able to do, you should be able to innovate. So if there is like a prototype they see somewhere, and you just put some traction around it, they see that, oh wow, this thing works, it's fine, and it's good for us. That's how things work here. So I can say for smart street light, for smart homes, not only street light, like smart homes, from your doorbell to getting into the house, from your gates opening up, and all those things are welcome here, because people already use Wi-Fi here. They're already on internet. They use smartphones, and people would like to know that they are in Dubai and somebody is in front of their door with with the sensors of the person, and so many things. So smart, I think, is very ripe for the market. And I think anyone going in that direction, I can guarantee you that there's a market.
Hold on, my friend. I have a small, shifting from you to Angela. Angela, can you put your phone or your device, and you turn on your audio and video? Angela, you there? Angela, are you there? Can you hear me? Okay, so there is a reply from
Okay.
Angela. She has got a herbal company in Africa actually. So Vatsal, we are going to connect you with Angela. So no worries, you're already going to get a partner. So in any case,
Okay.
I have another question from Mr. Hariom. So he is saying Abuja has banned water for car wash. Any kind of opportunity which you feel that is there? Yes. Well, I have a car washing company here in India. They are based out of Gurgaon. I can always connect that startup to you guys, so you don't have any kind of problem regarding waters. They use without water uh, facilities to wash the cars. So most probably we are going to have another session on the same.
People,
Okay.
Okay.
Can I find
So
Angela over here? Is she there? I
is
don't know.
Angela
Let me
there?
try personally so that I can put live. If you got any question, Ashwak, you are trying to write in the chat box. You can shoot the direct question to him, because your product I know that can do a lot of wonderful stuff in Africa. Ashwak, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ashwak Khan, can you hear me? Okay, Hariom is basically from Calcutta, so it's okay. I mean, we can connect them, no problem. We can always
Okay.
connect them. Lovely. So I have got Rahul. Rahul is saying that he has also have a contact for waterless car wash. Lovely. So we have got
Okay.
3 different players in the same industry. Okay.
Okay.
In the meantime, let me try Angela, and please continue the session so that I can put
Okay.
her online. If any business happens, we'll be more than happy to
Okay.
make it happen,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Okay. I
Okay.
have got
So
another question from someone else, Sandeep.
right.
How is the rapid prototyping and 3D printing industry there? 3D printing.
Okay. 3D printing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, right. Okay, so let me pick the first question for the car wash, right? So when you said car wash, my conventional, of course, everybody would think car wash, you have to use water. So what is innovative there is you said you don't use water. So that means it's something that it's new. And, so I can tell you the market in Nigeria, of course, is saturated with the conventional car wash, where people just go, they use water and the rest. So if you're coming with something totally different, I think this is actually what drives the market. People who want something different, try how it works and how it's efficient for them. So I can say it doesn't really exist here. There's an opportunity, for the car wash part of it. The conventional car wash, I know that I've seen around, many of them are actually the ones that use the water and the conventional things there. So let's say for the 3D printing right now, in Abuja here, there is actually like a printing area, more like area 10, where they do the conventional flex banner printing and all. But when it comes to 3-dimensional printers, there is not like a standard market. Maybe just individual or little corporate organizations that have 3D printers, right? That print things from time to time, But when you're talking about a dedicated region, whereby you have people and they do 3D printing, no, it doesn't exist. So that's a good opportunity. Yes, if you're looking at that, it's something that can be tested. Recently we saw a small kid somewhere around the world when this corona thing that printed some of the things that you can use to, hold up the mask. And, that's a way he could contribute. So, and if he could do that with 3D printers, I know there are like great opportunities, around that. So if you're looking at that area, I think you can prepare more because it's actually virgin here. There are no current industry that is dedicated towards 3D printing. Yes.
Okay, so over to you, Angela. I think you are there. So if your connection permits, I know nowadays connection is becoming really troubleful. So Angela, if you can come live, people can talk to you. There are 2-3 people who are willing to talk to you. Angela, over to you. Are you there?
Everyone. Hi,
Hey, Angela. Hi, how are you
Hi,
doing?
Angela.
I'm very well. I'm sorry about the connection. Actually, every single time I try to click the video call, it actually loses network.
No problem. No problem. We'll bring you live in another session. No issues. You have got a multiple number of opportunity which is lying with you. So we'll be more than happy to have you as one of the speaker later on. So Angela, Vatsal is there already. So
Yes.
Vatsal, Angela, you guys can talk to each other. Angela,
Hello.
just quick sharing. Like we 3 know each other for quite a long time, and can you please tell our audience about your ecosystem within maybe 2 to 3 minutes? Is fine, my friend?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. We have 2 minutes for, for the same.
Hmm.
Yeah. So can you talk about your ecosystem?
Well, in which topic are we actually going in heads of?
Okay, maybe I'll ask you in a different way. Like, I'm
Yes.
asking if you can talk about few business opportunities into your
Okay.
own country.
Hmm. So in South Africa currently, I think the space of web technology is taking over. I feel like everybody right now is trying to get online because once we were not really like ahead in terms of technology at this point, everything was being done by hand to hand, by simply by I would say still by manually. We're still trying to do things manually. So since the coronavirus hit, a lot of companies right now are seeing the need of all this technology, AI, intelligence. And I feel like right now it's actually the right time that we're going into technology. We don't have anything of the extraordinary. We just have normal things at this point. And what I think maybe what we strive in will be in terms of agriculture. We do strive in agriculture because a lot of things are made freshly, and our basically our country is able to produce things to grow faster and more organically.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
Yes.
So maybe later on, if everybody wants, we can have a one-on-one session with you. Maybe as a host, I can always ask you to be the speaker. So let me give the dais back to my friend Aderogba. So yeah. So but if there is anyone who would like to ask any question, that will be great because we have another session coming up at 7 o'clock within half an hour. And okay. So I have another question from Giriraj. How is the scope of elevators and lifts? Escalators, do they have multi-storied buildings? Yes, they do have. Can we get local
Yeah, they
partner
do.
states? Yes, you can have. Yes, I
Yeah,
can have.
okay, okay. Yeah, let me share some lights on that. But on the elevators, escalators, we have some malls, some big places. Just like, Nigeria is just like India in a way. When you're in New Delhi, you are more like in the city area. You see everything works there. So when you get to some remote areas, so we have that here too. Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, there are some cities that are really, top notch. And also there are some areas for some of those things. So for like elevators and like escalators, maybe in the city, because it's not like it's saturated everywhere, but it's available in some places. But there are some states that are also coming up, that are emerging, right? So I know some of those things are good opportunities for them. And what I would like to even say with Arijit here is some of those things are nice, right? How we can help, and I'm very optimistic and positive about this. Someone asked a question about digital marketing. If you notice, I noticed we didn't talk about that. The digital marketing here is good. For me, I'm a growth hacker. And what I can really do with confidence, right, is if we can have a page, you can have as many products as possible. What I can guarantee is we can test each one of those products and see which country on the planet or which people some of these products resonate with, right? And we can see how opportunities can be created. That I have a drop shipping store, I know, of course, it's US, India, Russia that competes in that. So maybe I'm one of the minorities in Nigeria that compete, but I like it. And for drop shipping, you just pick a product and you look at the market where that product is required, right? So if we have that kind of a platform, Arijit, I think what we can do is you just get any of those products and we can test and create the opportunities. And I think that's where I see where business opportunities really are available. Yeah.
100%.
Understand that. So I can pick up the next question, basically.
Yeah. So after
Yeah.
the due diligence, certainly I'll be, picking up companies. I need to do the due diligence with each and every one of them because it goes under the import-export policy of India as well as your country. So I need to go
Yes.
through the due diligence, and I can always take that forward. I mean, and I know
Okay.
that things will be happening. I'm doing it rigorously day in, day out. So no worries.
Okay.
And we have a very, vibrant group of people. They understand business. They really want to
Right.
do a couple of business together. So if
Right.
anyone got any other question, last question, please. So that Abhishek, we'll do it. Fixing online robotic session in your country, we'll do it very soon. If you have a portal which is international one, we can do it, Abhishek. No issues. He is always there. We can always, have a business deal together. Is there any other question, which is the last question from anyone? You can ask, you can unmute your phone and you can ask directly so that I can have your face live in the, screen.
Okay, Aryaman wants to ask a question. Yeah.
Sir, nice. This was a very good informative session. So I do not currently have the means to start the company, but I have an idea and I have some people who are interested. If I can get the final blueprints of my idea, they will be backing me up. So what my idea is, we'll be providing solar cells, and that will the individualized the unit will provide a solar grid, and the unit will provide in each homes, and will make the transaction from business to customer, and we'll deploy someone from a specific sector to collect the remnants of that of the solar uh, cell each month, and will recharge it for them. So what kind of opportunity can I have for solar energy in your country?
Super question.
Okay, yes, thank you. Yeah, good questions. Yeah, so for solar, there are lots of partners here, There are also Indians here that come here and play, and so on. They partner with government and all. But as I said, that the Nigerian market is actually emerging. So there are lots of opportunities for lots of people to play. It's just your ability to create your own market, carve out your own niche, and build up your own relationships, right? So just like what Arijit said, I think you can come up with the idea after he's done with the due diligence, checking all of the regulations and policy to be sure that everything is good. What we can do is we can prototype and test, market the idea, as long as there's an opportunity for it, there is nothing holding it back. It's going to fly. So I think I will leave that to Arijit once the due diligence is done, and we just have a place to test market it. What I can do is I like the whole initiative, so I will also test it to see where it resonates with on the planet, because I think there's how, if you just know how to use data science to some level, you could test things around the planet and you could see where it
So
works. So I think it's a good question, and we can.
Yeah. So Arnaman, there is a person from Egypt. Sorry, I have to, cut it for today's session. There is a person from Egypt. He's like my younger brother. Although he's Egyptian, he's from Egyptian military actually. Okay, ex-military. So he is an international business developer for our entrepreneur space. There is an opportunity, huge opportunity, which is there for solar installation jointly with the Egyptian company. There are opportunities across the globe, which is actually happening, honestly speaking. So you just need to have a proper structure. It's not a business plan I'm talking about. Your structure should be solid. Your product should be ready, tested, certified, along with, the whole thing needs to be go through a proper due diligence from the authorities. Then only we can proceed and we can, take things forward. You want to say something, Rahul? I can see that you want to say something. If you wish, this is the last question. I'm really sorry, we're running out of time. Okay. Hi, Rahul.
Hi.
Yeah.
So we have a DOOH outdoor media product. It can convert your digital screens to smart screens where you can customize your ads and play it according to your choice, monetize it better, where you can customize the controls on the digital ads that you'll be playing in the outdoor space or inside restaurants or any form of digital ad screen that you put inside the establishment, maybe airports or railway stations. Any form of public display messages can be done. And we have our own servers which will be secure. So if you want, we can get in touch regarding that.
Wow, I think, yeah, this is a very, very nice one, I think this is very welcome. Anything that has to do with tech, there's how it catches my attention more. So in terms of like the digital screens and the rest, we have like train stations here. Like the train station has been down for years. So we just started back in some couple of years, and the place is still nice, neat, cool. And even the Nigerian airport systems, not like you have screens moving around. It's still just like a very clean and good airport. But I know something like what you just proposed right now will put flavor, and of course, it will also bring opportunities for people that are trying to, give the word out there. So some of this, as I said, I think it goes back to Arrogate. If we have like a prototype, do all of the due diligence, we just test it in the market. But I can say there are opportunities for what you just said, like for restaurants, for hotels. It looks like something that will resonate with people. I've seen a couple of places where it works. So I think it's something that it's 100% good for the market here, and they'll welcome it. Yeah.
Super, super event and great opportunity. And we all will be, waiting for you to happen something. And for all the participants and the speakers, we have a very, solid structure of communication, communicating with each other, how things are happening. Until unless we monitor things properly, it might happen that the platform gets, a lot of different kind of question. So if you are connecting with one person with another person, we cannot track, we cannot monitor. So you cannot just come back and say that, hey, somebody did something really fishy. So if you really want to have something smooth, please maintain a balance. Please communicate with each other. Any business that happens out of your country needs to go through a ministry. Please do understand the process. So we are going to have it certainly, with due respect to everyone. I need to close the session. I'm really sorry, we're running out of time. We have another session at 7 o'clock. Another interesting speaker is coming. So my friend, you came as a speaker, so you are most welcome to join the next session if you wish. And Angela,
Okay.
there is another interesting speaker who is going to come, and he is going to speak about branding and marketing. He's a pro VC from a reputed university over here. So certainly he has got more than 2 decades of industry experience working with multiple number of corporates regarding branding and PR. And we are waiting for the same. Thank you so much for the session, and really, really honored to host you today. And we'll be more than happy to have you in our country, and maybe we can have some together like before. Cheers. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you, everyone. Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you.